Well, all right, everybody. How's everybody doing on tonight? Welcome to another session with your boy, DMP Speaks. Welcome to Better with DMP Speaks. I'm praying that you are doing well, that you're feeling well. Listen, I'm so excited that you decided to come on tonight with me. It's going to be a wonderful time. So let me introduce myself for people that are coming on to this podcast that are new. My name is David M. Pinkson, but I go by the name DMP Speaks. I am a motivational empowerment speaker. I'm also a life coach, but I'm also a board certified Christian counselor. And I also help families reconnect to their parents, and I help parents reconnect to their children. And I also help with relationships. And why do I talk about all of these things? Is because I have experience in each one, but I'm purpose to have experience in each one to help someone or help a family or help a couple, because it's about living in your purpose, knowing what your purpose is first. But once you find it out, having the confidence, having the boldness, have the godly boldness to do what has been called and commissioned by God to do, to help somebody be better and be the best version that they can be. So with that, welcome to episode 10 of Better with DMP Speaks. Listen, I need you guys to do me a favor, because tonight is going to be a great time. I'm not just saying it just to say it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great time. I need you guys to share this on all my social media platforms. We are live from Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and all my YouTubers. I need you guys to do me a favor. Everywhere, TikTok. I need you to subscribe, YouTubers, to my page, which is DMP Speaks. I'm on a campaign to get 500 members, and it's not in 2 or 3 months. That's what I'm looking for. That is my first goal. Won't you help me with my goal? Go to YouTube and look up DMP Speaks on YouTube. You'll see these videos. I do little short 1 or 2 minute encouraging motivational videos just to help you in your daily walk, in your daily life. So tonight, I want to belabor the time. Tonight, we're talking about keep climbing up. Simple as that. Keep climbing up. And I need you guys to do me a favor again. Please share this with someone. And I want to encourage you all, wherever you are, whatever you are dealing with, it will get better. No matter the circumstances, I know it looks vague right now. Things will get better. And I want to leave with this affirmation as we start tonight. Things will get better because I'm going to work hard so that things will get better for me. That's just something I want to give you for free, because I want to give you the value that you need, the value that you want, so that you can live on another plateau of success, not just in money and cars, and that's great, but personality, character, integrity, strength, and power. So again, the topic is keep climbing up. So I'm using this analogy tonight as climbers. People that love to climb, like that want to climb Mount Everest or one of these huge mountains in the world. A climber endures a lot of challenges while he or she are that they're as they climbing up the mountain. Like I said, if it's Mount Everest or whatever mountain they're climbing, they have different elements, right? Zero disability, when they can't really see and the snow is hitting them all in the face, right? Below freezing temperatures. Maybe they have some defective equipment. They have all the elements hitting them all at once as they start to climb that mountain. I'm talking about like the real mountain. So I'm not just giving you an analogy. I'm talking about as these climbers climb, just put yourself in their mindset, what they see, right? They see all the stuff. They see the rocks and the snow. They see the ice. They see what's in front of them. And the greatest challenge is they could fall, Some have fallen, some have slipped, some have, and I'm not trying to be grotesque, but some of them have maybe cut their legs or whatever. But a climber is doing this as they climb that mountain. Yes, they know that they're going to face challenges, but they're going to keep climbing because it's not just an excitement. They feel like they are purpose to get to that top. They're not going to allow the elements of the earth to stop them, right? They're not going to allow things that's coming towards them and obstacles that's coming towards them to stop them. We also got to be like that in our own lives. Some of us are continuously climbing, but we're sliding back down to beginning where we started because we got so many elements in our world. And as we climb the ladder of success in our marriage and our money, and our education, and our careers, we have these times that we get knocked down by different elements. Some elements could be heartache, could be bad relationships, it could be divorce, it could be trouble, could be financial trouble, it could be mental trouble, it could be relational trouble with family or children. And these elements continue to hit us continuously. But the biggest thing that I want you to get in this session tonight is no matter what comes, and it will come, it's going to come, you have to keep climbing. Because the day that you stop climbing, the day that you stop trying, the day that you stop speaking, this day you stop working, the day that you stop living, you allow that mountain in your life, that obstacle in your life to win or to rule you, to tell you and dictate what you're supposed to do to get to your destination. But we can't allow the elements that we face to stop us from moving forward. We got to get in our minds and our hearts that we got to keep moving. We cannot stay stagnant any longer. Do you hear what I'm saying, everybody? And I need you to share this with someone because I really want to help somebody to continue to climb up. Even if you got to start over, even if it didn't work out the first, second, or third time, you keep climbing. You use what you have. You might not have all the resources right now, and we're going to get there, but use what you have. Some of you are facing all these elements. And like I said, it's tempting you to stop. It's tempting you to quit. It's tempting you, to detour you from the progress that you've already made, the steps that you have already made, the happiness that you have built and took time for, the focus, the refocusedness that you just put together, the strength that you just gathered, the balance that you just did. And all these things just start coming your way. All these things all at once. But I'm telling you, my friend, you can do this. Even though it gets hard and it gets rugged and you feel like you can't see, just like that climber, you got all this snow and ice and wind is coming in your face. You got so many things coming at you and you feel like quitting and you want to go back to your comfortable place. But sometimes maybe you just need to take a break. Have you ever seen a climber? They're on their way to that the top of Mount Everest or one of these mountains that they're climbing. It might take them one day, but usually climbing that kind of mountain, it don't take you one day. It might take you several days. So they take a break. They take a break at the maybe toward the bottom of it because of the elements that are against them, right? So they have to take a break. In certain instances in your life, you might have to take a break. See, taking a break is not quitting. Taking a break is not giving up. Taking a break is not throwing in the towel. Taking a break is just what it is. It's taking a break. Some of you need to take a mental break. Some of you need to have a self-care day, that you do something good, great, awesome for yourself and give yourself time to relax and to regroup. Taking breaks is nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. It helps you to regroup your mind, your body, your thoughts, your emotions, even your spirit. Sometimes you got to take a break from the norm that you've been doing so that you can regroup, so that you can get more strength than you've ever had before, more agility that you have than you had before, more power and strength than you had before. Some of you right now need to get some rest. Some of you are not even sleeping. Some of you are laying down, but you're not resting. Some of you are going to bed, but you're not sleeping, you're not resting because you are so boggled down by the elements, but you don't have to allow those things to keep at you. Just sometimes you just got to take a break so that you can refocus. It's okay to take a break, but don't lose your momentum. Remember, taking a break doesn't mean that you quit. Sometimes it's just, I needed a break, if I could be honest. I had to shut down the podcast. I had to shut down the radio station. I had to shut down certain things. Not everything, but I had to shut some things down because even though I'm going through this journey right now of trying to figure out, if I could be transparent, trying to figure out how am I going to live without my big sister? How am I going to live because she's not here? Do you know that's, if I could be transparent, that stuff sucks. I don't know if anybody has lost a parent or a sibling, but that crap hurts. If I could be honest, and I'm still climbing, but I have elements against me. Depression tries to come. Deep-rooted depression tries to come at me, to stop me, to make me quit, to put me to get in the corner and just cry. Not saying that I don't, because there's nothing wrong with crying, but staying there, remaining there, you can't remain in that place. It's okay to take time for yourself, but don't lose your momentum. Don't lose your strength that you have. You have to find a way to keep going. You have to find a way to keep pushing yourself every single day. Because if you allow the rain, snow, sleet of life to overtake you, like I said before, that particular thing, those elements have won, and you haven't given yourself a chance to grow. You haven't given yourself a chance to regroup. You haven't given yourself a chance to refocus. And it's time to do that. But you got to keep climbing up, not down. Sometimes you got to just look up, and you can't focus on what's in front of you or what's on the side of you. You might say, well, I should be focused on what's in front of me. No, because sometimes what you see in front of you can discourage you. You know what discouraged me? When I see my sister laying there, when I see my sister trying her hardest to live as long as she could. But I had to push past what I seen in front of me. And I had to pray. I had to seek God's face. I had to go into another area of my mind and my thoughts and seeing what was about to happen, but I couldn't let it overtake me. Now, do I have days that I feel weak? Yes, we all do. But I'm not staying there because God and my sister won't want that. You got some family members in your life right now that are counting on you. And more importantly, you should be counting on yourself. I know that sounds backward, but what's inside of you has already been placed inside of you. You should be counting on what you have inside of you. Because the Almighty God put that there in you. He put those elements inside of you to brace yourself, for impact, brace yourself for challenges, brace yourself for trouble, brace yourself for loss and grief that you didn't even know was coming. Some of you are exhausted, but you got to keep pushing. Some of you are tired, but you got to keep pushing. Some of you want to quit or have quit, but you got to get back up and you got to keep climbing. Excuse me. You have to keep climbing. You're tired, but you got to keep climbing. You're weary, but you got to keep climbing. You don't know what to do. You got to keep climbing. You don't know what tomorrow brings. You got to keep climbing. He left you. You got to keep climbing. She left you. You got to keep climbing. You got laid off. You got to keep climbing. You have to keep climbing up. Even when you slip and fall, flat on your face or your buttocks, whatever you want to call it. But seriously, you got to get back up. And you got to do whatever that you need to do to get back up on your feet and keep climbing. Even if you have to take a couple steps, rest. Take a couple steps, rest. As long as you don't stop. Because when you stop, you allow other things to overtake you. I want to leave you with a few things and then I'm done. And again, if you're enjoying this podcast, if you're enjoying what you heard, please share this with someone. And as it goes on the lower third of the screen, if you want to donate and you say, I enjoyed this really helped me, please donate to me into my cause, into my business. My Cash App is $DMPSpeaks. It's whatever that you want to give. It's no dollar amount because I am working on the studio. I'm working on several things to help your life be better. And I'm telling you, 2023 is the year of the worker. I have a pastor friend. He said it, and I told him I'm going to give him credit for it. But 2023 is the year of the worker. And I'm going to be one of those workers that is going to change the plateau of speaking and coaching because I'm going to push myself that hard. And I want to see you change because I want to see you be better. I want to give you 4 things really quick and I'm done. Got a pen and paper, your phone, your tablet, whatever. I want you to write these things down simply and then I'm done. The first one is I want you to learn how to be brave in your climb. Simple as that. Be brave in your climb. What does that mean? Again, you're going to have some elements that are against you. You're going to have people talking about you, about your past. They're going to be talking about what you're doing now. They might not even agree. They know that you have changed, but still don't even like what you're doing. You got to literally take your eyes off of what they're saying. You got to take your hearing off of them. You got to take your attention off of them, and you got to set your eyes and your mind and your thoughts toward what's in front of you or what's going up from you. So you got to keep them pushing. So you got to be brave enough to ignore. You got to be brave enough to move. You got to be brave enough to climb. You got to be brave enough to step out. You got to be brave enough to ignore all things that's not going to help you get to that next level, that next plateau, that next dimension. And when I mean dimension, I want to see you become the best you that you never seen in you, that you never seen in you. You didn't know it was there. You knew that you were special, but you didn't know how special that you were. You didn't know how special you were. So I want you to be brave in your climb, because some things are going to come. They're going to come to you, but you got to be able to push yourself just that much more. The next one is, it's going to get harder in the middle, but don't let it stop you. Just like a climber, sometimes they will stop in the middle of their climb toward the top because they're exhausted. They're mentally exhausted. They're physically exhausted. They're hungry. They're cold, right? And they might have to lay at the middle. They might have to set up a tent. But that doesn't mean that you quit. That doesn't mean they quit. And that doesn't mean that you have quit. Like I said before, it might get harder because getting up to the top, it is hard. Make it to the top where you want to be, it is difficult. I don't know if somebody told you it was easy. They lied to you because they want to just kind of give you some fluff. No fluffing on this podcast. We're talking about being better. We're talking about living better. We're talking about everything better. Better money, more finances, but more health, better relationships, better. It's going to get hard in the middle, but don't let that stop you. Even if you're in the middle road right now of decision making and choices, make the right choice. Don't let fatigue stop you. Don't let choices that sound good and they're not good. Have that open mind. Be aware of tricks. Be aware of things that don't sound right, don't feel right. Right? Your senses. Be resourceful is the next one. I'm almost done because I got a couple more minutes. Be resourceful. What tools do you have to help you get to that destination, to get to that top? Just like climbers, they got all types of ropes and clips and things to break the ice, and they got things. They got spikes, metal spikes on their boots, so they can put their foot in there and they can climb. What do you have in your tool belt? Huh? What do you have in your own personal tool belt to help you overcome whatever is trying to stop you from getting to the top? What resources do you have? Who is a resource to you? What ministry is a resource? What friend is a resource? What do you have in your community? Who do you have in your family? What friend can you turn to that could be a resource to help you get to where you need to be at that top of that mountain? Be resourceful. Think about it for a second. Who do you have in your corner? Use that person. Use that information. Use that book. Whatever it is, be resourceful. And the last thing is, you're almost there. You're almost there. Don't stop. I just want this to simmer in and I'm done. You're almost to the top. You have a flag of victory. That flag got so much wear and tear, but you were able to get to the top. I want to see you become the best version of yourself, not for me, not for somebody else, but for you. Become the best you that you can be. And I thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate it. Listen, next week is going to be even better. I have a new topic that I want to give you all. But until next week, guys, I want you to have an amazing night.